Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke on this Wednesday, the 31st of December 2025, the 12th of November, the 13th year of Chongokuk. It's the last day of the year. Reverend Tim was going to do today, as it says, but other things have happened, and I'll do some presentation. So thank you all for coming, and as always, let's begin. Just 1 second. Let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Chanji Champunimge Kambe Pado. And let's recite the family pledge, both in Korean and English.
가전맨세 4. 전일국 주인 우리 가족은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 찬조 이사인 천주교 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 4. Our family, the owner of Chongilguk, pledges to build the universal family, encompassing heaven and earth, which is the Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love.
Thank you. And I'd like to share Mother's prayer again that she gave at the dedication of the growth stage Chombokgun on the 21st of February 2010. We are sincerely grateful that you have permitted us to dedicate this holy temple in Yongsan Borough, Seoul, where we may attend you in a precious and exalted manner for the first time. We thank you that you have made this dedication ceremony so that this holy temple can shine brightly throughout the world as a place where our Jongsong and the hearts of all members can be gathered to form a foundation on which the entire country and the entire world, all humanity, will be able to recognize that the true owner is working his will substantially. May all who come and go here feel the boundless yearning and the love of our Heavenly Parent in heaven every time they look upon this temple of unificationism. May your special blessing be upon all your children who work here. May all the world see that you live and that you are carrying out your work directly. Thank you. Thank you that you have given us this day. Heaven has endured so much as it walked a difficult path, being badgered and driven, working in the dark and without recognition. Now a holy temple has been opened where we can boldly reveal you and attend you. Please give your blessing so that your blessing and grace may be revealed to the world. Thank you for all that has taken place today in this ceremony. We now offer this luncheon on the day of Jongsong and ask that you partake of it first. We thank you and report to you in the name of the true parents, Arju. Thank you. And before I begin, I'll just like to share a praise song.
내 자녀가 나를 떠나 돌아섰지만 경례 바로
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I'll just share again something that I will share. All right. So, I think you can see that. To heal the flaws of the Unification Church and the Family Federation is not easy. This is a title of a message that our mother gave at the closing ceremony of the Chongalguk Leaders Assembly 2019 at the HJ Chombo Training Center in Korea on 15th of February 2019. It's a relatively short message Mother gave, but she highlights, as the title says, to heal the flaws of the Unification Church and the Family Federation is not easy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Randall's asking if it's recorded. It's always recorded. So yes, it is. So let's have a look. All right. So Mother begins with, I feel inspired to see you all. After True Father Sunghwa, I was in an indescribable position in which I was all alone. There were many elder members, but I could not consider them for advice because they could not see the providence. What we had to conduct the Songwon ceremony in a place where heads of state in all nations in the world recognized true parent status at the national level per heaven's criteria. However, even though situations should not have occurred, I was in the position of having to finish the providence alone. It felt as if I had to find a small needle in an environment where I could not open my eyes as the sandstorm was blowing in a desolate desert. With this unimaginable heart, holding back tears, I alone found the needle. So Mother is really highlighting a number of things here that we need to think about. She found herself alone after True Father passed. And because of the, I suppose, stubbornness of members' mindset, that they did not consider Mother to be the same as Father. They did not consider God's heart. They did not understand the fullness of oneness between our true Father and our true Mother. I think today, I hope, is very different, that we do recognize that Father and Mother are one and true parents are one with our Heavenly Parent, and that we understand that. I mean, that's actually been the case all the time, ever since the Holy Wedding in 1960. But Mother found herself alone, and as she said, I could not consider them for advice because they could not see the providence, and and that's remember the title is talking about the flaws, and that's a very strong flaw. I mean, how well do we all see the providence? We can only see it by understanding and uniting and attending our true parents, and especially in this golden age, our true mother, who is the Holy Mother Han. And we can rest assured that Mother does see the providence very clearly. And because of that very obvious flaw that members have, many unnecessary mistakes take place. That next bit there, we had to conduct the Sungwa ceremony in a place where heads of state in all nations in the world recognize true parent status at the national level per heaven's criteria. Well, Mother is holding at and doing that, but how many heads of state and members understood what heaven's criteria required. The ceremony, of course, happened, and Mother was thrown into this desolate situation, as she describes there, with just vividness of being stuck in a sandstorm, can't open her eyes, and looking for that needle, looking for that child that does understand the providence, that is connected with our true mother, that does recognize that father and mother are one, therefore the same. Continuing. To heal all flaws, despite the scars that have not healed during the 50 years history of the Unification Church and the Family Federation, is not easy. Moreover, today you heard progress reports by the Secretary General of the World Mission Headquarters about the global providence. No one believed in what I wanted to do. They told me that it wouldn't work. It was over what transpired in Africa. Why do you choose a country like South Africa where we have no foundation, and even a Muslim country? Everyone was blocking me. So I'm sure we remember that situation, and that we had a World Summit in 2019, and all of those people pictured there spoke, on many different areas of concern, and as it says in the caption under there, it's got Dr. Walsh spoke on UPF's 2019 World Summit, Dr. Robert Kittle on YSP's development, Jin Tae-ju, VP FFWPU Korea on Korean rallies, Carolyn Hanshind on Women's Federation for World Peace at the UN, Merle Barland, Women's Federation for World Peace Philippines on far-reaching programs to help young people, and Lee Myung-Gwan, VP of HJ Heaven and Earth Chombo Training Center on developments there. So she's highlighting how to remove the flaws when we have so many scars that have not healed during the 50-year history of the Unification Church and the Family Federation. Is not easy. I think a lot of that is also misunderstanding and ignorance of members, and the assumption that father is the only one, but that, we know today was never the case. Father and mother work together. They truly are one. And by understanding that oneness, then mistakes would not have happened as greatly as they did. And we know the success that Africa played, with Africa, uniting as a nation, and yes, the Muslim country was the first to recognize and mother as the only begotten daughter, and it was a period when mother began to really explain that she's the only begotten daughter, and without the only begotten daughter, there is no true parents and there is no blessing. There is no, substantialization of Heavenly Parent on earth, because when we recognize that mother is one with father and they are one together, so when we look at them, we see the true parents and ultimately see our Heavenly Parent, because they are one with our Heavenly Parent, because that's the only way our Heavenly Parent can speak through our true parents. True Father speaks for our Heavenly Father, and a true Mother speaks for our Heavenly Mother, but they are not separate. They are literally one, because we all know that God is one, and we know from divine principle that God has dual characteristics of male and female, and it was because of his love that he created Adam and Eve to represent the positions of his heart, and it was waiting for them and expected them to grow to full maturity and become a couple that embody the fullness of Heavenly Parent, and then created the lineage of humanity on earth as God's children. But the fall happened for many reasons that we know, and the providence had to continue, because God never gives up on his children, and our true parents never give up on liberating God, and so many stages of development took place to bring us where we are today. But still, our ignorance of the providence has caused the way that the world is today. Heavenly Parent and true parents dreamed to raise at that time 7.6, but over 8 billion people in the world as children of Heavenly Parent through true parents. At the lowest point in which the environment was inappropriate, we could not avoid beginning the history of the Holy Spirit Association for the Unification of World Christianity. I had to start the providence in an environment that did not fit the Messiah who comes on the foundation prepared by Christianity for over 2,000 years. Moreover, while proclaiming the Chong-il-guk era and Foundation Day, I said that Chong-il-guk should not just be a name. So, this dream of our Heavenly Parent to see God's kingdom on earth and everyone as part of God's family, because God created us as his children and we are God's family. Heavenly Parent, once true parents became a reality, felt that the dream is finally realized and the world will be raised up. All of them will be raised up as children of Heavenly Parent through true parents. And we know that means the blessing, the grace of the blessing that enables the end of the satanic influence on are the children of God. So, Mother is reflecting here at the lowest point of our history. Began in an environment that was inappropriate. As we know, there was so much persecution at the time. Korean Christianity didn't recognize our true parents, and so Father had to go through a lot of restorational indemnity that we really don't understand so deeply, I think, and the impact resulted in a different outcome. We could not avoid beginning the history of HSA UWC. I mean, they wanted to avoid it. Shouldn't have happened. Just the same at the time of Jesus. Jesus didn't want to start a new movement that occurred after his crucifixion and resurrection, and the day of Pentecost, and then embarked on, the disciples embarked on, witnessing, the known world. That shouldn't have happened, because the chosen people should have accepted Christ and transformed themselves in the world centered on Christ. But he could not avoid going to the cross because of the ignorance of the people. The parallels of Jesus' time, the only begotten Son, and the parallels of today with the only begotten daughter, are there, because God has one dream that's never been changed, and that's for the only begotten Son and the only begotten daughter to become true parents. Because Adam was the first son and Eve was the first daughter, but they didn't create. Everything happened because of the errors and mistakes that people did at the time. So we could not avoid beginning the history of the Holy Spirit Association for the Unification of World Christianity. And I had to start the providence in an environment that did not fit the Messiah, who comes on the foundation prepared by Christianity for over 2,000 years. So Mother came on the foundation of Christianity. We know about her mother and grandmother, devout Christians, and raising Mother up, understanding that God is her parent and taking the position to look after and raise her. But it didn't fit the idea of the Messiah because we didn't understand the Messiah ourselves. We always thought the Messiah was one entity, but actually the Messiah is the true parents, two entities as one. And then that last sentence there, while proclaiming the Chongalguk era with Foundation Day, I said that Chongalguk should not just be a name. Chongalguk is actually the kingdom of heaven on earth, and it's meant to expand and grow. The significance of my proclaiming that I am God's only daughter, the true mother, is to show humanity that true parents have realized heaven's substantial and physical providence on earth. Do you accept it? And the people there said yes. I think that answer was easy to say, but when I think about the improper education and that a 3-year-old's habit remained as long as 80 years, I do not think it was easy to correct people. Isn't that true? But now you are convinced. Yes, applause. Following True Father Sunghwa, as I promised to heaven, I will achieve national restoration with you before 2020. FFWPU Korean leaders, are you confident? Regional presidents, are you confident? And they say yes. And so we, I think today, certainly understand much more the significance of Mother proclaiming, that she's God's only daughter, the true Mother, and to show humanity that true parents have realized heaven's substantial and physical providence on earth. So that's also something I think we need to deeply recognize and understand. Jesus said, when you see me, you see the Father, but we need to recognize that when we see true parents, we see God. We see the whole God, substantial and physical providence on earth. I mean, they represent God's voice, and Mother, doubts the yes when she said, "Do you accept it?" And saying that that's an easy thing to say, but when she thinks about the improper education and that a 3-year-old's habit remained as long as 80 years, I do not think it was easy to correct people. So myself, I'm not 100% sure what she means by 3 years old habit remained. What that reference is exactly, but it says that it's remained for 80 years. Improper education, I think, relating to misunderstandings in relation to only begotten daughter. I'm always still amazed that it's only when Mother said it that my eyes, as to say, were open to, oh yes, of course, Father is there and Mother is there, of course. Mother has to be the only begotten daughter, otherwise the marriage can't take place. But prior to Mother actually declaring that, that realization was still in darkness, and realizing that our teaching of the divine principle was already flawed from the very beginning, and not highlighting true parents, because we only know the divine principle as the written by President Yu. We never really understood the principle written by our true Father, and I think today we are understanding step by step more. So Mother made a promise, as we can see there. I will achieve national restoration with you before 2020. And for the Korean leaders, are you confident? Presidents, regional presidents, are you confident? They are saying yes. And I hope, after hearing Mother's reply to the first yes, that yes has a stronger commitment. And we know, we are now in the close of 2025 and the beginning of 2026. So, continuing, Mother said, I said that we need to restore at least 7 nations. If it is not only words, you should do national restoration practically in order for Heavenly Parent to remember you. The people responsible for each region in doing this work must work with the World Mission Headquarters. Remain connected to Korea. Especially important is to show that the focal point of Vision 2020 is Korea. However, during this assembly, when I heard reports from the regions, I discovered that the Asia region was planning a summit for next January. That is a decision you have to make in consultation with the World Mission Headquarters. So, the Mother is explaining again, highlighting the flaws, which is really not connecting deeply with our true Mother and following her guidance, because only true parents truly know God's providence and what is God's plan and steps to take as we go through restoration. And she said she needs to restore at least 7 nations. And as we know, at the end of 2020, Mother was able to proclaim 7 nations as heavenly nations, and also 1 continent, and that continent being Africa, where, as she said earlier, people didn't think it was wise to do, but actually Africa ended up responding first, and also the Islamic community within Africa being the very first, and accepting Mother as the only begotten daughter. And so Mother's explaining that we need to focus on carrying out the responsibility given to us and connected with the World Mission Headquarters, which is basically connecting to our true Mother. And also, like it says, especially important is to show that the focal point of the Vision 2020 is Korea, and always the vision's main focus is to the restoration of the nation of North and South Korea as one nation centered on Heavenly Parent and true parents. And then Mother highlights, as you may remember, actually that time was the time when Dr. Yong was in charge of Asia, and he was inspiring the Philippines to hold an enormous summit, talking about 1 million people. And then Mother is highlighting, doesn't name names or anything like that, but says that you can't make that decision without first consulting with the World Mission Headquarters. In other words, basically gaining the acknowledgement and approval of our true Mother first before going ahead with any plans, because we have to make sure that whatever plan we do truly is accepted and aligned, because we just can't do our own thing without following God's desire. So each region has to make Vision 2020 a success by making sure they've centered it on true parents. Do you understand? There is an order. In order to keep the order, you must decide with the headquarters. Do you understand? 1 year remains. Heavenly Parent has been waiting for you for 6,000 years, but you are still standing here with true parents. You have not been able to bear fruit, but now you will start going through step 1, step 2, until the step 3. What can we do when we think about how the world may be in 20 years? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. applause. So, Mother is highlighting, make sure we're centered on true parents. Do you understand? We've got to, everything needs to be connected, because we really don't know which way the providence goes. And actually, I remember many years ago thinking, when I was listening to Two Fathers' declarations and statements and things, and somehow it felt like, oh, it's not his following, but he's creating. It's not a spirit world guiding, say, do this step. It's actually true parents making the step, and then spirit world rallying behind that step and making it a reality, because it's the true parents are doing something new. Everyone in spirit world doesn't know what to do next. Heavenly Parent does, but everyone in spirit world is from a fallen lineage and still in ignorance because they don't know the truth fully. And it's only the true parents that know the truth fully, and therefore by connecting with them, then the step they make become the reality of the fulfillment of God's dream. So any step that we make that's not connected with our true parents never becomes a step realizing God's dream or God's plan, because only true parents are walking God's dream and plan. So when it occurred to me that, wow, we've really got to stop and make sure that what we do is approved, and then it becomes a reality of a new start. That it says, heaven's been waiting for you for 6,000 years, but you are still standing here with true parents. You have not been able to bear fruit, but now you will start. So going through step 1, step 2, until step 3, what can we do when we think about how the world may be in 20 years? I mean, it's really up to us, because true parents are saying that because we're blessed and true parents have completed what they needed to do, it's up to us to expand it. That's always been what the realization of God's ideal has. True parents start the family, but the children expand it to the global level and build the environment of a world of peace and harmony and love. And that's what we need to do. And so what true parents are doing is a new history, because there's no repeating of the past mistakes, but only moving forward, according to God's plan, which only they know, because they are one with God. And for us to be a part of that plan, we have to really become one with them. So I hope that you will be able to get real help from the spirit world. When I went to Africa, the righteous people helped me. Heaven has prepared many righteous people for us. Shouldn't you inform them? You have to show me that you will do it. You have to help them to bear fruit, since they have been offering devotion for so long for heaven. Will you do that? Yes. Leaders, go out to the field. First, I said that I would announce a restructuring foundation day, but today I will change the name of the training centre of the Heaven and Earth H.J. Chombo Training Centre. The hospital will be renamed H.J. Magnolia International Hospital. Chompyong is not an appropriate name, because the meaning of this training centre is to raise cosmopolitan people to qualify to register in Chombong Won, and whom heaven can remember. Do you understand? So Mother is explaining, the very first line. I hope that you will be able to get real help from the spirit world, and that real help comes when we really unite with our true mother. It's said many times, when we unite with our true mother, miracles will happen. Well, those miracles happen because of the help of spirit world, but it's dependent on the depth of our unity, the depth of our understanding, and the depth of our determination to carry out our true parents' desire, which is our heavenly parents' desire, which is the realization of the kingdom of heaven on earth. And so Mother then goes on to explain all the different changes, and we have had many changes since that time, over and over again, because Mother is trying to get us to refocus ourselves. You have to help them to bear fruit, since they have been offering devotion for so long for heaven. So in other words, find prepared people and then guide them, to our heavenly parent through our true parents, and work together. So many restructurings happened and continue to happen according to the way in which our leadership is connected in heart with our true mother, and we've seen those leaderships change, go, and change again. So from now on, I think this is the last slide. So from now on, Director of the Training Centre, when you make official notifications, change the name of the training centre. Do you understand? Now we have to speak with one voice within our organisation. So I do not want you to waste your time saying unnecessary things. Do you understand? In particular, I would like the regional presidents and all the leaders to leave the centre and work for the sake of the whole. That is the instruction from True Mother. Do you understand? Will you do that? So Mother is telling the leaders, to go and lead, according to the way leaders are supposed to lead, and that is to lead by example and by doing, not being managers that tell people what to do, but rather be examples by being successful in the mission. True Father always worked by leading through his example, and our true mother is doing exactly the same, is always working through example. She does it, and then we're meant to follow that same pattern, that same standard, that same model, because we are meant to become true parents ourselves. So we have true parents here, and we need to understand them deeply so that we can transform ourselves into true parents. And so she's saying, I do not want you to waste your time saying unnecessary things. So don't just talk. It's time to do. Do you understand? In particular, I'd like the regional presidents and all the leaders to leave the centre and work for the sake of the whole. And so at that time, all the leaders were told to go to the front line and to be, not just to sit there in the centre watching others, but to actually go and do. Your Mother's hoping that everyone will do that. That's the instruction from True Mother. So she's telling us clearly, how much do we understand and how much did we do? We know that ourselves. So only 1 year remains until 2020, but I saw you in a position that was not right. Isn't that true? So how many more efforts should we offer? I truly wish you all to be the ones who will bring great victories and glory to our Heavenly Parent in 2020 with all your heart and soul. For that reason, I want to give you some fuel. With this, please work 10 or 100 times more diligently. So there, all the leaders standing, receiving gifts and making their promise and pledge that they will succeed and truly do. So really, this is the request our Mother is saying, and the main flaw to highlight is unity with our true mother. And I think today it's very different to what it was like then. So thank you, and God bless. And this is the message that I hope you can gain some insights from. And I'd just like to share another. Just 1 second. Another praise song to think and reflect on. So I'll just play. 감사합니다. So thank you very much. And we have come to the end of our time. And I'd like to just ask everyone to join together in our 7-minute unison prayer. So let's offer that together. Thank you. Jew, Jew, Jew. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great day and see you all again tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Amazing.